Welcome to News Jersey, my dudeskies. As usual, on this show, what I do is go through four different outlets that are focused here in the great state of New Jersey for you, my Garden State siblings, because, well, somebody got to talk about it, right? Now, let's start off with NJ.com. And they're leading with the Harlem shooting. Suspect accused of killing young officer in Harlem had Allentown ties and previous arrest record. Heart goes out to this man. Sympathies and empathies to his family and to the NYPD. But New York, particularly New York City, you've openly abandoned the rule of law. Your prosecutors have been wantonly just letting people off ever since bail reform got through, and even before that, the you know the leeway that the criminal element has had in these areas. And it's not just New York. I mean, here in Jersey as well. Like New York, you're a sanctuary state, right? New Jersey, we're a sanctuary state. California, sanctuary state, right? Which ultimately disregards the rule of law. And when you send out such signals, you get such results. So, once again, heart goes out to his family. Respect, God bless the other officer involved in the Harlem in the shooting. He's fighting for his life right now, and once again, a prayer in the air. But ultimately, that's all that I, as a regular citizen, can do, because a lot of this lays at the feet of the overwhelming abuse of abuse of power by the electeds and politicians of these states and communities. So just something to keep in mind. 2020, okay, now. And from that, directly into the hogwash, right? The three highest paying police departments in every county. Be rather interesting. Read Springsteen. Who cares, Springsteen? New Jersey reports 131 CVs, passings, and over 9,000 cases as the grip continues to loosen. Once again, the wind down has begun. The midterms are on their way. We are in the middle of, election season. That's the fun thing, is that, who cares about Dear Abby? That's the fun thing about, and this is like, this is high school sports. So what we're going to do is just step away from NJ.com. No, not step away from the entire thing. Just step away from NJ.com. Wrong button. All right. Let's shoot on over to Save Jersey. This is Matt Rooney's space, and I have my sincere Matt Rooney's, like, the establishment. Make absolutely no mistake about it. He's there to put forward excuses for the NJGOP, like the rest of them are, because everybody wants to sit there. Everybody got their massa, I'll tell you that much. But man has a pretty good block here. So let's go into his latest. Most New Jersey unions continue to do a shitty job representing their members. Well, that's pretty obvious. I mean, because the people in charge of these unions are it's just so many perks. I'll put it to you like that. Healy is now uncontested in New Jersey 03 GOP primary. Well, I'm not particularly sure what these districts, they switch around a lot. But one of the main things, hey, Leroy Jones, what's up, buddy? Oh man, guys, I've done content featuring Mr. Jones here in the past, and the grip that this man and Joseph DiVincenzo have on Essex County is absolutely, it's phenomenal. It's genius. Evil genius. Pardon me. See, could barely get it out. Evil genius, but genius nonetheless. And so, he had a few things to say on the seven chair swing that took place here in the state. Like, make no mistake, the Dems still have a supermajority here in New Jersey. It was just 7 seats, but it was still more of a dent than are then the Democratic Party is comfortable with, because their thing is total control. So, New Jersey Democrat chair dumps on Trump worshipping South Jersey and the Jersey Shore. Uh, okay, so let's get into this one really quickly. Yeah, Leroy Jones, him and Curry, they had that plan. They had the whole plan together. They was gonna run against each other, but then Curry came through with the state boys and with the national boys and Phil Murphy, and everything really got flipped around during 2015 and 2016. The chairman of New Jersey's Democratic Party, Leroy Jones Jr., is also the chairman of Essex County, Save Jerseyans, and he made it pretty clear that he couldn't care less about South Jersey and the Jersey Shore during a Thursday New Jersey Spotlight interview. Chris Russell, who served as general consultant for the Citarelli campaign, appeared opposite Jones and cited Democrat down ballot losses in 2021 as evidence that the Democrats had moved too far left, which, I mean, fucking facts, fam. The chairman responded with a put down for the entire southern half of the state. That was a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon that occurred during this past election, said Jones. Because here's the thing. If it's not in Essex County, he can't come through and just bully everybody the way the strong arm, intimidation tactics, and a lot of the shenanigans that have taken place over here in Essex County, particularly Newark and East Orange and Irvington and the like, those really three specific cities or towns in some cases. It's a big part of the reason why these communities seem to remain trapped in the poverty bubble. See, one of the things they never tell you is that these municipalities, they get paid more money the higher the poverty rate is. So, like the municipality itself, the Jones and the Democratic Party and the chairs, everything, and all these other folks, they get more money from the state if the poverty rate's high, thusly creating an incentive to keep it that way. While they and a select few benefit, while the bureaucrats, right, like all these different jobs, from the police department to health inspection, all these different little bureaucratic jobs for buddies and people who's more than happy to hop on that plantation, cool. But when it comes to literally any and everyone else, fuck them, they'll move. If they got any sense, they'll get the fuck out of there. Okay, so I'm sorry, I not to go off on a tangent, but guys, it's been a fucking decade of me dealing with this shit. The area that state is Trump worship area, and that all accumulated into the wins that the Republican Party enjoyed. Interesting strategy, shitting on two entire regions of the state your candidates want to represent. Very, very interesting. That's Maroney. Russell was quick to point out that some of the Democrats lost territory, notably Legislative District 2, Atlantic County, and Legislative District 8, Burlington Atlantic, between which Republicans accumulatively picked up 3 seats in November, were both carried by Joe Biden in 2020. Will the remaining Democrats in these areas like Venmo let Jones nonsense slide, or will they call on Jones to step aside and make way for a guy who doesn't look down on his elites? Okay, yeah, and that's where Rooney starts, oh my goodness, and playing, like, I'm telling you, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, anybody who wants to sit there and be like, oh no, instead of like, yo, if they call him to the carpet and say, and not calling him to resign or anything else like that, like, that's just fucking weak sauce. Like, no, have him right there. That looks like a pretty strong chin. Pretty sure Leroy can take it. Can't you there, Leroy? Either ways, let's move on over to Insider New Jersey, which is, the far left side with Max Pizarro and the like. Okay, what was that? What's that? Hold on, no. You move over. Okay, Murphy on pot legalization implementation. What's the rush? Well, honestly, good question. I mean, those who were going to indulge are indulging. They've continued to indulge. It really hasn't. Your little commissions and shit, all your bureaucracy and all that other fun stuff, it really don't fuck with people just day to day. Like, as far as a lot of people are just concerned, like, yo, it's legal. It is what it is. Stanfield, Teresi, and Umbra named Brian Woods as chief of staff. Michael J. Silver releases first ad of the campaign. Okay, good luck there, buddy. And Crystal Feliciano snags endorsement from New Jersey Weedman. Well, congratulations there, Christian. But I'm pretty sure Weedman is a communist, so best of luck there, guys. Rutgers, New Brunswick students voting rates increased by 20 points in the 2020 election. Inside of New Jersey, Biden-Harris administration takes action to support students' basic needs and mitigate the spread of CV-19 at colleges and universities. Once again, far left. See, I give you guys balance on this channel. I don't fuck around. I got y'all. Yeah, we boys here. Confronting Murphy for president. Far left, dude. Like, these motherfuckers are like, and trust me, they're nuts on the right too. That's why I just, man, stand tall, stand dolo. All right. Murphy signs executive order strengthening CV vaccination requirement for workers in healthcare because that's the only those are the ones that the Supreme Court were like, yeah, like that was the real shame of what took place during that Supreme Court ruling, because guys, freaking now they're just gonna go after the healthcare. Like the rest of us who don't work in healthcare, I think we'll be okay. Particularly once some of these lawsuits start going through on people who's on companies that are still trying to mandate it. But you know, we'll see how everything plays out. I'll just sit here and keep being right. Okay, yeah. So as per usual, you're seeing this, right? Booster rates are unacceptable. Yeah, sure, Murphy. Whatever, dude. Like, we just gonna go. We going about our lives here. We like, bro. Like, once again, government, fuck government. Niggas politic themselves. All right. The saying your boy here grew up on, and I suggest we get back to that. Less government in people's lives. I've actually been looking to speak to Patrick Council. He's the guy that's running for the South Ward of Newark, but he's endorsed by Roz. He's endorsed by Oscar James. He's endorsed by like the entire establishment. So I really do know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna get. Let's look in on Bill Weinstein's what's the name? So yeah, speaking of the municipal elections, like yeah, they're on their way. But seriously, I mean, like I said, particularly here in Essex County, aren't fucking grip. And that's why when the GOP and these types sit there and talk about, oh yeah, like, oh my goodness, yeah, there's a red wave. Like they're the Republican Party in Essex County is a fucking joke. All right, make absolutely no mistake about it. Absolute trash. Heather Darling Mullen run against Cheryl. Okay, yeah, everybody going to try is going after Cheryl's seat. Court denies emergency injunction against freedom. Citarelli, Gopal, Kylie join Weinstein. Okay, yeah. Once again, this is Weinstein's thing. Wallace probably won't be reappointed as legislative ethics panel chairman, particularly after the fun with the redistricting. Yeah, they needed a fall guy. All right, brother, have at it. Advisors to independent redistricting tiebreakers funded by major Democratic donors, of course, because everybody needs to get their way. Durr on Murphy executive order. No more Murphy mandates. He also is calling out China, which, you know, cool. What we gonna do about this cost of living? No, right? I'm just curious. Here are the 67 candidates for Congress in New Jersey, at least as of right now. Climate Coalition sues Department of Environmental Protection for rejecting petition. Big Six campaign committees collectively raised $16 million in 2021. Smith secures federal funds. Beach replenishment. Cheryl announces flood mitigation plans. Nurses union irked by Murphy booster mandate. Murphy intensifies vaccine mandate for healthcare. We've already gone over that. So guys, with that being said, this has gone on long enough. We're gonna leave it on this other guy who, seriously, when I got involved in politics, when I really started doing politics, my first campaign was, well, my second campaign. My first campaign was actually a Republican campaign. Someone was running against Congressman Payne. And now I went and worked that campaign and took a lot of lessons from it before I ended up going to working families. You know, the whole story that we've gone over a million times. But the second one was Shavar Jeffries, and he was running against Ross. And I'm telling you, the people of Newark, got fucking bamboozled with this guy. They really did. Because the people of Newark were really behind him at the time. But we're talking about a decade ago, guys. And in time since, someone's let their true communistic, socialistic, globalistic, don't actually give a fuck about the people of the city or the community or the county. You let those true colors really come flying out. It's a damn shame. They got hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, torn asunder. With that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Odyssey as well. Links in the description. Actually, go in the description box and damage and speak. Let me know what do you guys think in the comments. Yeah, man. It's just it's infuriating. This guy, all of them. Like all of them under this Democratic Party wing, their heads are so firmly up their ass that they can tell you the flavor of the flavor of a meal from 3 weeks ago. I'll put it to you like that. But hey, you may disagree, and that's what my comment section's for. Until the next one.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.